In this tutorial, I'm going to go over how to configure LioranBoard to trigger your bHaptics device using Twitch triggers. It assumes that you have LioranBoard set up with OBS and connected to Twitch. Once you add in these buttons, the haptic vest will trigger for things like channel points, bits, and subs. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now that we're successfully connected to OBS and Twitch, we can begin creating some triggers. So I'm going to add a new deck. And this deck I'm going to call it bHaptics, because this is where I'm going to be doing my bHaptics stuff. And the next thing I'm going to do is create a blank button. And I'm actually going to go down here and choose pre-made example buttons, and then right here, create blank button. For my button name, I'm going to name this one Good Game, because we're going to have a pattern go off. After I have a good game, someone can send me a nice little pattern to my haptic vest and go create. Once I create that button, I'm going to right click on it and put add command, and then click the plus sign, and we're going to put in what is called a command line. So right here, I'm going to choose command line. In my command, I am going to call the haptic candy, and then when I call the haptic candy, I'm going to specify a pattern that I want to play with that haptic candy. Now, haptic candy will come with some default patterns. In a couple of minutes here, I will walk through how you can come up with your own patterns, but I just went in and I selected some and exported some out by default, so there were some to choose with. So I think maybe for the good game, I'm going to go with the electric. So I'm going to remember the name of this is called Electric 1. So what I'm going to do is call the hapticcandy.exe, and I'm going to specify which of those files I want to play with it. So right here in my command line, I'm just going to copy, paste this, and also copy, paste this, haptic candy. Paste that there, and then I'm going to put a space, and the tact file I want is this electric one. So I don't need the file extension on that. I'm just going to put it in there like this, and that's all I need. So basically right here, I've got my command. I need the full file path to where the hapticcandy.exe is, and then I choose the pattern that I want to play with it. The tact file is going to be electric 1. Now you will want to keep these tact files in the subfolder called tact, and you will want to make sure that any tact files that you make also contain this .tact file extension. Once I do that, I can click done. The next thing I want to do is I want to associate when this will trigger by adding in a Twitch trigger. So I right click on the button and bring up add Twitch triggers. Here I can choose from a variety of different triggers that will trigger that haptic vest. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a point redeem, and I'm going to call it Good Game. Now this has to match the name of the redeem that you put in exactly. So you'll want to make sure that you remember this, or you might want to just copy and paste it so that you don't forget, and click done. Once you do that, click done one more time, and we have added in our trigger. Now that I've added in the trigger, I'm going to go ahead and go to Twitch and add in that redeem. So in Twitch, you go to your creator dashboard, into your channel points, and then manage rewards and challenges. And right here, I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and I'm going to add a new custom reward. And right here, I'm going to paste that in, and I'm going to make sure that it is exactly the same. So right here, I'm going to let my users know that send me a haptic good game. Send me a haptic good game, and then just specify your cost, how much you want it to be, and then click create. Now that that's been created, I have my LioranBoard that is monitoring for that. So let's test this out and see if everything is working. Right down here, I have my bHaptics player, and I'm gonna go ahead and click open the overlay so that we can watch and see when the vest triggers when that's redeemed. So I'm gonna go into my channel, and then I will pop open my chat and redeem. Let's see, and redeem that, and if everything is working well, this will go off. So pop open chat and go down to my redeems right here, my candy coins, and scroll down, and here's a good game. I'm going to click on the good game, send me a haptic good game, and redeem. Right here, you'll see the little dialog box pop up. I just have a little bit of logging occurs, and right here now we can see that that pattern triggered on the haptic vest when that point was redeemed. Yay, everything worked.